Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with Ducky Lucky playing a round of sumo. Is 2 against 1 and his Sand is very much tumbling over. Amazingly though, Purple Team managed to completely and utterly cock it up, driving both of themselves off the arena, and somehow, despite being on his roof for most of it, the orange truck has got victory. Mr. Testarossa, though, is not quite having so much luck, as GTA 5 is decided to sport its fire truck on its side. This during the game mode where you've got to keep the vehicles moving, otherwise they explode. And as you can imagine, the game mode is not particularly happy. He just about writes it before it decides the game's over. Yeah, not a clever way to be spawning your vehicles in. On to some stunt races with Fire Phoenix. He hits the slowdown pads. The car behind doesn't quite get slowed down as much. Nails the back of the Elegy. However, an impressive number of flat spins to land perfectly pointing the direction he wants to be travelling in. And even an aerial attack from the second place car cannot displace the leader here. So yeah, well done for keeping the lead there. Warrior Oni again with another stunt race. They are flying towards the finish line. Is going to be a bit too far back to do anything about the leader. However, the leader lands awkwardly, goes for a spin. Somehow the adder misses, taking him out in very much an impressive last minute overtake. Carfan93 is wanting to acquire a vehicle, so slows down one of the AI cars. Meanwhile, another AI is trying to do a will it roll, and the answer is very nearly. That was an impressive attempt from the white car there. Mr. Chaotic is racing towards the city of Los Santos, and, well, tree gets a little bit in the way. It's just enough to lift the Corvette up onto its side, and the momentum carries it forwards in between a couple of trees, and no amount of moving here is going to get that coquette free. Yeah, that is properly wedged. Gige 571 on Forza Motorsport 6 is coming towards the finish line of the race, and as the Drivatars take over, they manage to sandwich a BMW, and said BMW goes for a tumble. Drivatars can be really evil sometimes, you know, or they can just be stupid, as Poison Muffin here finds out. The McLaren Mercedes goes straight on at the chicanes. Not the first time we've seen a Drivatar go straight into a tyre bundle, but it's an impressively lazy rollover from it, so definitely well worth a mention. Well done, Mercedes. Speaking of Mercedes, Marshmallow on Forza Horizon 2 scrapes along the side of a Jeep and gets launched onto its roof. I mean, that's another way to roll vehicles. I approve of it anyway, of rolling vehicles I approve of, but there we go. Zed Chilled Zed on Trackmania Turbo misses his turning towards the finish line, manages to roll his vehicle off of a rock, bounces off a sign, but does land the other side of the finish line. That's a way to finish a race. The Witch MD is also finding interesting ways of finishing races on Trackmania Turbo. Just mispositions. The jump gets caught on the fence. It is many spins around, but still going to be quick enough to claim a gold medal. With HG Central next for Midnight Club Street Racing, going through a tunnel when we'll manage to engage pinball mode through there. Some interesting tunnel physics going on at that point. Speaking of interesting physics, the Lord on F1 2015 runs wide out of the first corners at Melbourne, loses the back end of the car, gets clipped by the Williams, and then proceeds to skid down the track on the front wing. Yeah, not quite sure how all of that works. Yeah, just loses, takes too much speed and then trying to get back on the road. Loses, I think, the back end, but he's the skid along the road on the front. That is a sturdy front wing to have survived all of that. Off to F1 2016 next, with a car already damaged at this stage. They're trying to get it back to the pit lane, but clipping the braking board is enough to launch the Haas into a roll. Another of all of the things to roll cars, a braking board. Strike 9 on Robot Arena 2 is having some issues with his robot. Lacking the control, gets it stuck in against a wall, and then physics gets very angry. I mean, it certainly would do some damage to the opposing robot or to the arena or to, well, everyone, probably, and mostly to itself, I would imagine, in all of this, yeah, physics is not very happy with any of that, really. I don't quite know what you can do about facing a robot that does that, but there we go. Fallen Log is on Farming Simulator 2015, trying to get down a tree, has got his tractor a little bit wedged, and, well, Farming Simulator physics are notorious for being amazingly accurate. No, wait, it's the other one, isn't it? Because somehow the tractor has given up being on its wheels. It might even be a tracked vehicle, to be honest. Either way, it's given up being upright and has managed to fall over. I think the tree might have got wedged on a fence. Either way, it's now free, and I guess that's an improvement than it was before. Dam on Euro Truck Simulator 2 is playing some online with mods when another player comes around a corner a little bit too fast in a car, and we're going to go for a roll and a tumble. Bright pink, I think it was a Cadillac, possibly, gets flung at this guy's truck. I mean, it just about got away with without really taking too much damage from the flying car. And finally, Chevy Man Gaming on NASCAR 2003. Always spectacular crashes. This one is about 3 crashes going on at all different points in the track. A huge number of cars are wiped out in this. Yeah, the AI is trying to go, I think, 3 or 4 wide at places they really shouldn't be. Does see a lot of cars go out of the race. Number 14 here goes for a humongous number of rolls. Isn't kind of in the initial impact, but gets spun round and then launched by another car. The crashes on this game always do look so very, very violent. Yeah, they are spectacular. Further back, we see there were literally about 3 different crashes going on simultaneously, not sort of caused by one another. But there's a synchronized crash going on there between a couple of cars, and everything gets piled into at the top of the course. So, yeah, a great many cars. I also love how they just bump into the 17 there for good measure at the end of all of that. A great many cars went for some spectacular rolls in this episode, which is always what we like to see. If you have clips you would like to submit to this series, then you can do so via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. At the very top of the page is the FailRace clip submission section. You can find all of the rules and how to submit them in there. But that is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.